How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be bringing you everything we know about Resident Evil so far. Just a quick note, after I'd already started editing this and it's all done and everything, a producer has announced that there will be combat in the game. So we know that there will be gunplay in the game and there will be combat in the game. Well, he didn't say gunplay specifically, but we know there will be combat in the game. And also the release date for the game is the 24th of January. Let's get into the vid. So, first thing to note is that this game actually takes place in the same universe as the other ones. The events in this game take place after the events of Resident Evil 6, which I like. I like the fact that they've committed to their previous ones. It would have been so easy for them to just be like, you know what, screw it, let's just make an entirely new world. So yeah, it all takes place in the same universe. They're using a new engine called the RE engine. I'll leave a gameplay walkthrough in the description that I watched and the trailer in the description. It looks pretty amazing, this new engine, because like the graphics look insane. Also, there is an entirely new cast. Like, no Chris's, no Leons, won't be in the game. It's a new protagonist, there's going to be a new hero, I'm assuming new villain, same universe, brand new cast. The next important thing to note is Resident Evil The Beginning Hour, which is the gameplay demo that's out at the minute that people play. It won't be in the game, it's a completely separate thing. When I heard this, I assumed that they did a bit of a PT and that the actual game would still be a third-person sort of Resident Evil game, but no, it will be a first-person Resident Evil game. That's fact. It's Resident Evil first-person survival horror. The location will in fact be a derelict mansion, which is pretty cool, going back to their roots like before. Derelict mansion, like the first game. If you've seen the gameplay demo, then you'll know that there are a couple of different endings, which possibly maybe a couple different endings in the game, or there's I'm assuming that they're just hinting that there'll be a few secret things in the actual game. I do know there'll be Easter eggs, you know, pointing back to the previous games, but I know that there will be things like that. But maybe there's a few different outcomes depending on what you do in the game. I don't know. There will be multiple enemies because if you watch the trailer, yeah, so you'll see this right here, which is some kind of creature carrying you. That's certainly not a zombie, because a zombie would definitely be pretty murdering you right there. Also, as you can see in this gameplay, there is obviously going to be zomboids, because right here this guy gets fucked up, but they sort of like, I don't know what they do there. They sort of put their hand through his back or something, and then you get attacked. So that is definitely a zombie, but that is like a smart zombie, a faster, probably more agile, more intelligent kind of zombie that we've seen before, which is cool. So yeah, multiple kind of enemies, which is dope. And yeah, it's certainly going to be a puzzle sort of survival game, because if you see here, you pick up the bolt cutters, and then later on you use that to open. Hang on, let me show you the menu that it uses. You see the little menu there that comes up. It's sort of like an old, a modern version of the old-fashioned sort of, you know, you used to pause it and you used to have all your squares like that in your older survival games. So it is sort of like going back to the old Resident Evil, but in a more sort of modern way, a more seamless way, since it's all sort of in-game. It's not a pause menu, it's in-game. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw the trailer, I was sort of disappointed because I was expecting Resident Evil. But then that disappointment turned into optimism. That disappointment turned into optimism the more I looked up the game, because there's so many different possibilities, and looking back, it would have annoyed. I know they went so that they were going to go back to their roots, but it would have annoyed me if they went back to the old camera angle at the side sort of thing. And one of the most scary things to do is first person, because you can have sort of more small claustrophobic areas. If you're a third person camera, you need bigger rooms, because obviously third person is like, you need room to see over the shoulder and everything. So I'm excited actually, because it gives them more of an option. Also, if you look back in the history books, and this does well, then you can look back on Resident Evil sort of as like a Half-Life, you know, they brought the first real 3D character models in Half-Life 1, and then Half-Life 2 was just brought in a proper physics engine, which was like one of the first made. And also here with Resident Evil, You know, they dominated back in the day with all the camera angles stuck in the corners of rooms. They've obviously dominated the third person sort of area, because although not many people liked 5 and 6, obviously 4 did really well. So the first person survival horror game should be a bit of an awesome trip. Though, one thing I'm worried about, and that is the fact that I'm worried that they're going to take out guns completely, which I do not want. I want guns to still be in there, at least even if it's just a pistol, because I want it to be, it's more scary if you're someone that has a gun but has 3 bullets left, for example. Like, it'd be cool if there was a mechanic where you had to, like, check your magazine to see how much you had left. It's more scary if you're someone that has a pistol or a weapon, so you know that the game relies on you to kill these things, but then you're sort of lacking ammo. You haven't saved in an hour because, I don't know, there's certain save points. So I expect some kind of weapons to be in there. I really want them to be, because otherwise I want this to be a puzzle, sort of, not action, but a puzzle with a bit of action in terms of your shooting, but puzzle, survival, action, little bit in there. I want you to be sort of running away, having to run away from things, you know, retreat at sometimes. And also, there is a full possibility, which would be cool, for your character to be someone that hasn't used a gun or trained with a weapon before. Because we're someone brand new, you know, we're not Chris or Leon. What if we're just some guy that goes into a derelict building, like in the trailer, where it's just a load of ghost hunters and they get caught up in something bad? What if you're just maybe some kind of ghost hunter or something, and you get caught up in something bad, you find a weapon, and you don't know how to use it, so you need to, you know, I've never seen a game go through that process of somebody, like, really struggling to use a gun for the first time, because even with, like, Tomb Raider, you get your guns, and Lara knows how to use it instantly. Even with Half-Life, Gordon Freeman's a scientist, he picks up a flipping pistol and a flipping machine gun, and he just knows how to use it, he just knows. So it would be awesome if, like, there was a mechanic where your guy is just fucking, like, shaking the shit out of this gun, he doesn't have a clue how to use it, and that would be awesome. Yeah, I really want to see them tackle that sort of idea. And yeah, I just don't want this game to turn into a complete walking simulator that just goes from one jump scare to the next jump scare to the next jump scare with a couple of puzzles in between. I want it to be puzzles, sort of scavenging for little weapons and stuff. Maybe bring back the typewriters and the little ink blots you got so that you could save. But, although they were a bit annoying, but so I would personally just prefer it to be certain save points, like Alien Isolation, where you go to a save station. But yeah, the future could in fact be looking bright. The game looks amazing. There is a small possibility, well, there's a pretty big possibility, because this gameplay will not be in the final game. There's a possibility that they've put all their effort into that, and then the actual game will look nothing like this. It won't be as good. It will be, you know, it won't be as well made. Sort of like an Alien Colonial Marines thing, which, you know, they brought out this sort of, I think it was like an E3 gameplay, and it was like amazing, and then the actual game was completely different to that. I hope this isn't the case. But yeah, if I've missed anything, then please leave it in the comments, because this is, you know, it's possible. I did a lot of research on the game. I read a lot. Maybe I missed a couple of things, so if I did, then leave it in the comments and let me know. Because I love Resident Evil, I want to know everything about this game. And thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content on a regular basis, then please slap the subscribe button. If you want to contact me on Facebook or Twitter, then the links are in the description. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Jeez. Oh my god, it's behind me. Alright, go. Okay. Okay, I'm going. Open.
Let's see that in an instant replay.
Excuse me, can I have the Slim Jim special?
You can have the Slim Jim special, but we advise the Adouis hors d'oeuvres.
Adouis hors d'oeuvres? Give me one of those.